What's poppin', y'all? There are certain people that I feel like they just get negative press even when they did nothing wrong. And a lot of the time, the negative press comes off of the back of being justified. And in this case, it's Kim and Northwest. And this comes with Northwest and Ye. Ye is obviously far more beloved by men than Kim. So a lot of people will side with him. And you got to keep in mind how Kim got famous and all that. We know my take. My take on it is Ye knew exactly what Kim and that family was before he got involved. So anything that comes after that, marrying, having kids, etc., you knew what it was. But this is all having to deal with Northwest. And I'm going to play you guys the clip that everyone is resurfacing of Ye, and then we're going to get into it and why I think there is nothing wrong here.
Hey, everybody. I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not. There's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying?
So here you have Ye with the TikTok situation and the usage of TikTok by his daughter Northwest. She was 9 or 10 when this was posted. She's 12 now. She was born in 2013, I believe. Yeah, I think it was Yeezus when she was born. And this is coming off of the backs of a tweet and TikTok that she put out, she being Northwest. I'm going to show you guys the image right now. It's on your screen. You can see the braids, the colored braids, like a SoundCloud rapper. Colored braids, colored eye contacts or contact lenses, the chains, the face tats, the piercing. I don't know if the piercing is real or not, but I think it's just temporary, and the grills. So this is just, keep in mind, it's Halloween right now. She also had, I think, like some glitter on the nails or whatever. And I'm going to show you guys a short clip of that with her friend.
I feel like I could be Batman. I feel like you could be Batman. Anybody could be Batman. You just got to get the gadgets.
So here she is with her friends that's doing the pink one is doing the green one, and they're just having fun. But everyone is turning it into this whole thing of like, yo, how this is so bad. And there's also them linking up with Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely backstage at the show. Damn, they really got the ricks on, huh? Well, I mean, these are all rich kids. What do you expect? They're just having fun, man. And this is the thing. They're like, yo, she's 12 years old. She can't put fake tattoos on her face. Let's be for real here. I feel like when we grow up, we think that the stuff that we did as kids, that these kids are not doing. And we're not even talking about anything that is adult related. Like, dog, when I was a kid, I was putting on magnets. You guys remember those things? Those like magnets that you link up on each side of the ear so you could have like fake earrings. Like, I did that. What else did we do? We had fake tats to try to look like Randy Orton or some other wrestlers, the ones that you just put on and they're temporary, like what she just did, except they're just doing it on the face. It's just that when we were younger, nobody had tats on the face. It was so uncommon. I mean, yeah, you had Birdman and you had Wayne, but that was in the late 2000s, and it was in the late 2000s, I'm saying, that they got nationwide popularity everywhere. And even then, it was very, very uncommon. The era that Northwest, like I said, was born in 2013. When she was 5 years old, every single rapper had face tattoos. And even like her goats are probably like Trippie Redd, which, not to knock Trippie Redd, but I'm saying, like, you look at Trippie Redd and you look at what she's got on right now, you're like, okay, I could see the influence there. That doesn't mean that she's going to get it. She's going to actually get it done. The grill is temporary. It's a Halloween outfit, dog. Then there were chicks that were 12 years old getting some crazy piercings. Northwest doesn't have any of that. She hasn't done anything crazy. And on top of that, her family, which you could say whatever, but the mom doesn't have any tats. I don't know if any of the sisters have any tats either. They don't got any crazy piercings. So from that end, they're normal. Now, mentally and the adjustments or enhancements, you could say, that they made to their faces and bodies and modifications like that, that's a different story. And yeah, if Ye is talking about that, and that has yet to happen, of course, like she's only 12 years old, then there's a point to be made. But even like North just dresses like a Billie Eilish damn near. So I think people just wanted something to be mad about. I think North is having fun. North likes making music. North is into this type of stuff and dressing up and all that. And that's perfectly fine. It doesn't got to go crazier. It doesn't got to be any crazier than that. People were at 12. 12 kids are sneaking out. 12 kids are active, or well, we were active. And then we're not going to talk about what kind of activity, but you could probably put 2 and 2 together. There were chicks that were wilding out at 12. I mean, just take a look at an example of what's going on with the David situation. That girl was 12 years old and she was running away from home. And you could say it's probably because of an unstable home environment. And that is true. But how many unstable home environments lead to a situation like someone running away? That's an outlier even in an unstable environment. So that girl was just out and about everywhere, talking to strange people online, doing all that. Meanwhile, like, no, North is clearly getting chaperoned to these places. There's always somebody with an eye on her. And what people are choosing to be upset about is some fake face tats, some fake piercings, and like what, colored braids? Oh, that's a wig. That's clearly an extension. Like you cannot be upset with the colored braids at all. And then I think they were saying that she was trying to be Molly Santana, but Molly Santana doesn't got any tats on her face. As far as I know, I haven't seen any. It's kind of crazy that India Love has a face tat. I don't even know when that came to be. What era of India Love did that come out to be? For those of y'all that are tapped in with her, that are big fans of an India Love. Where I will say that Ye was 100% right about, and where the backlash was justified, was the Ice Spice link up. So yeah, Ice Spice pulling up to, what's her name, to Northwest's birthday, or Ice Spice doing TikToks with Northwest, when all we know Ice Spice for is shaking the rear, shaking the derriere, the behind, then you could say, okay, sure. But like I said, even though I think she's also kind of like a cartoon character to these kids because of how Ice Spice has that orange hair, which people still think is her natural hair color. But she had like the Rugrats, not Chucky. Chucky didn't have that curly hair. She had like the Chia Pet wig, that except orange on top of her head, that was super curly or coily. And then now I think she's doing more of the longer hairstyle. So that's some backlash where I'm like, okay, it's understandable. Ice Spice throwing it back constantly, that being her whole brand, the munch from the beginning. I don't think she's trying to change it. I think she's attempted to, but then realized, this is not going to sustain me. And also the way that her weight fluctuates is kind of impressive that she's able to do that. Like gain weight, lose weight, that's not easy. But yeah, that's an association where you're like, okay, this is not good. If they got her kicking it with Marilyn Manson, that wouldn't be good. That would be worse. People should take a look at other situations where you've got people like Lil Baby's kid addicted to sports betting, which is significantly worse than anything that Northwest has been on. I just think people don't like him and they mess with Ye, and sometimes Ye is tripping. And in this situation, Ye didn't even trip out. If it was really, really bad, he would have came out and said something about it and went on a rant. But this has been calm. Nobody cared about this. It's Halloween. The kids are dressing up like a cartoon character. Well, in this case, it's a rapper, or the image of a cartoon character of a SoundCloud rapper, which most rappers aren't doing this type of activity anymore. Not the ones that lasted and not the ones that are coming up, which is great. I'm glad that era is over. But yeah, like North was 5, 6, 7 years old while this was at its peak. So she's like, yeah, this is funny. Let me dress up like this. And that's that. That's why I kind of feel bad for these kids that hopefully they don't have to monitor their own comment sections, because that will make you lose your mind. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Do you think people blew it out of proportion, or what? Like, yeah, a 12-year-old just putting some fake tattoos on and a fake grill? Like, we used to use gum wrappers as grills. We didn't even have I don't even think it had developed to the point where they were handing out free grills. Or we would use those you guys remember those like gummy grills that would make you look like you had really, really ugly teeth that you could get from the dispenser, where you just put like a quarter in and you just spin it around and it comes out in this clear plastic ball. And you're like, yo, I've got these vampire teeth. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.